I'll never forget the morning I walked into my garden to find my prized tomato plants completely decimated by aphids. After years of battling these tiny green destroyers with expensive commercial sprays that barely made a dent, I was ready to throw in the trowel, but that devastating morning became the catalyst for discovering something that would revolutionize my entire approach to pest control. What started as desperation led me to create a homemade spray that not only eliminated my pest problems, but transformed my garden into the thriving ecosystem it is today. The best part? The ingredients were sitting right in my kitchen cabinet, and the total cost was less than what I used to spend on a single bottle of commercial pesticide. 3 years ago, I was spending nearly $200 per season on various pest control products. Despite rotating between different brands and following application instructions religiously, I felt like I was fighting a losing battle. The aphids would disappear for a week, only to return with reinforcements. Spider mites seemed to laugh at my expensive miticides, and don't even get me started on the whiteflies that turned my greenhouse into their personal breeding ground. The final straw came when I realized I was spraying chemicals so frequently that I was hesitant to harvest vegetables for my family. The irony wasn't lost on me. I started gardening to provide fresh, healthy food, yet I was dousing everything with synthetic pesticides. There had to be a better way. My breakthrough came from, well, an unexpected source, my grandmother's old gardening journal. Tucked between pressed flowers and these faded seed packets, I found a recipe that she'd handwritten decades ago. It was simple, almost too simple to be effective, but, desperate times called for desperate measures. The foundation of my secret spray really revolves around 3 key ingredients that work in perfect harmony: liquid Castile soap, neem oil, and a surprising addition that most gardeners overlook: baking soda. Each component serves a specific purpose, and when combined correctly, they create a pest-fighting powerhouse that honestly rivals any commercial product. The Castile soap acts as both an emulsifier and a contact killer. Unlike harsh detergents, Castile soap is gentle enough not to damage plant tissues while still being deadly to soft-bodied insects. It works by breaking down the protective waxy coating on insects, which causes them to dehydrate and die. The key is using the right concentration. Too little, and it's just ineffective. Too much, and you risk burning your plants. Here's where my formula diverges from typical homemade sprays. I add food-grade diatomaceous earth suspended in the mixture. Most gardeners use DE as a dry dust, but I discovered that creating a suspension allows for better coverage and, honestly, longer-lasting protection. The microscopic particles attach to plant surfaces and continue working long after the spray has dried. The neem oil component provides systemic protection that keeps working for weeks after application. Unlike contact killers, neem disrupts insect life cycles, preventing reproduction and creating a hostile environment for future infestations. The baking soda might seem like an odd addition, but it serves multiple purposes. It helps stabilize the pH of the spray, prevents fungal issues that can arise from the oil components, and creates an inhospitable environment for many soft-bodied pests. Creating the perfect ratio took months of experimentation. My initial attempts were either too weak to be effective or so strong that they damaged my plants. I learned that timing and concentration are everything. The breakthrough came when I realized that different pests require slight modifications to the base formula. For aphid infestations, I increased the Castile soap concentration slightly and add a teaspoon of cayenne pepper to the mix. The capsaicin acts as an additional deterrent and helps prevent reinfestations. For spider mites, I boost the neem oil content and ensure the spray reaches the undersides of leaves where these pests love to hide. Whiteflies require a different approach entirely. I discovered that adding a small amount of yellow sticky trap material to the spray creates a dual action effect. The spray kills on contact while the sticky residue traps any survivors attempting to flee. The most potent spray in the world won't work if it's not applied correctly. I learned this lesson the hard way after my first few attempts yielded mixed results. The secret really lies in understanding pest behavior and plant biology. Early morning applications work best because many pests are less active, and the gentler light reduces the risk of leaf burn from the oil components. I always spray when temperatures are below 85 degrees Fahrenheit, and avoid windy conditions that can drift the spray away from target areas. Coverage is crucial, but many gardeners make the mistake of oversaturating plants. A fine mist that coats all surfaces without creating runoff is ideal. I use a pump sprayer with an adjustable nozzle that lets me create different spray patterns for different situations. For dense foliage, a penetrating stream helps reach hidden pest populations, while delicate seedlings get a gentle mist. The undersides of leaves are where most pests hide and lay eggs, so I always spray from below as well as above. This requires getting down low and sometimes crawling under plants, but it's the difference between partial control and complete elimination. You know, what surprised me most about this homemade spray was the additional benefits I discovered over time. Plants treated regularly with my formula showed improved overall health, with lusher foliage and better disease resistance. The neem oil provides natural fungicidal properties that prevented the powdery mildew issues I'd battled for years. The baking soda component helps neutralize acidic conditions on leaf surfaces that many fungal pathogens prefer. I noticed fewer instances of black spot on my roses and honestly virtually no bacterial leaf spot on my tomatoes. The spray was doing double duty as both pest control and disease prevention. Even more exciting was the impact on beneficial insects. Unlike broad-spectrum insecticides that kill everything, my homemade spray primarily affects soft-bodied pests, while leaving beneficial insects like ladybugs and lacewings largely unharmed. My garden's ecosystem became more balanced, with natural predators helping maintain pest populations at manageable levels. So, 3 growing seasons later, my pest problems are virtually non-existent. What started as a desperate experiment has, actually become my go-to solution for maintaining a healthy, productive garden. And honestly, the best part is the cost savings. My entire season's pest control budget now amounts to less than $20 compared to the hundreds I used to spend. More importantly, I feel confident about the safety of my harvests. My children can grab cherry tomatoes straight from the vine without any concerns about chemical residues. The spray breaks down quickly into harmless components, leaving no toxic residues behind. The effectiveness has been so remarkable that I've started making larger batches and sharing the formula with fellow gardeners in my community. Every success story reinforces my belief that sometimes the best solutions are the simplest ones. Creating this homemade spray changed more than just my pest control strategy. It transformed my entire relationship with gardening. Instead of feeling like I was constantly fighting against nature, I learned to work with it. The spray gave me the confidence to try new varieties, expand my growing space, and truly enjoy the process of nurturing plants from seed to harvest. The knowledge that I could effectively protect my garden with ingredients I could pronounce and would willingly use in my kitchen brought a sense of empowerment I'd never experienced with commercial products. Every successful application reinforced that sustainable, effective gardening doesn't require a chemistry degree or a hefty budget. Your garden transformation is just one spray bottle away. If you found this deep dive into natural pest control helpful, make sure to subscribe to Soil Sage Chronicles for more garden-changing secrets, and share this article with fellow gardeners who are ready to ditch the expensive chemicals for good. Together, we can cultivate healthier gardens and a more sustainable future, one homemade spray at a time.